Buff Nation, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Adam Munstertieger, friend of the show, dropped an amazing article leading up to Thursday. It gave us a lot of tidbits, some things to keep in the back of your mind as we look forward to how Colorado is going to approach this week one matchup against North Dakota State. Of course, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Guys, man, you guys were reaming me in the comments about my leaders video. That was absolutely hilarious. Want to know that I appreciate every single one of you, even if my takes are in the minority. But let's go ahead and get to it. You guys know that with Pat Shurmur having this full off season and now with CU allowing comms systems in the quarterbacks' helmets, I have wondered and speculated, will we see CU huddle a lot more? And thanks again to Adam Munstertieger for putting out this article. He talked a little bit more about the approach. Big takeaways. We're still going to be running a handful of no huddle sets. That's one of my big takeaways, as well as scripting 15 plays for Thursday. This is something, again, that Sean Lewis didn't do. And I think it was a reason of why we didn't particularly adjust well in certain periods throughout the season. What advantages might scripting plays do? Well, you script some plays, 15, because you want to get an idea of how the defense is attacking certain looks and sets. And based off of that, then you can get a feel for, okay, what's working? What can we adjust to get a better look from a particular set? And it really goes towards having and what a coaching staff would hope in is having fantastic second half adjustments to where you're playing your best football when it matters the most in the games, right? So your second, third, fourth quarters. This is so important, but let me go ahead and pick out a couple of tidbits here. Again, shout out to friend of the show, Adam Munstertieger. Pat Shurmur is not going to be making calls from the press box like he did last year. He's going to be down on the sideline. This year, Brett Bartoloni and Michael Polak will be the eyes from up top, while Shurmur will manage the Buffalo's offense from the sideline. Communication with the players is a way different operation in college than pro football, Shurmur said, who previously served as a head coach or OC for 6 NFL teams, including our Denver Broncos. Things change constantly when you are in no huddle. And that's why I felt like being down there, instead of telling somebody to tell somebody to do something, I'll be right there so I can make those switches in real time. So we're talking about fast substitutions, fast changes with the set you're trying to run. Pat Shurmur, he doesn't need to relay that through somebody down on the sideline from up in the box. You don't have to play telephone anymore. He can just do it right there. Grab the player, let him know, hey, we're doing this. Talk with Shedeur right on the sideline. That's wonderful. He also went on to say the NFL is a much slower game because you're playing from the huddle. Here, it's all happening in real time. Everybody is spread out. Plus, it also gives me an opportunity between series to visit with Shedeur Sanders face to face, and we can talk about things that we want to do moving forward. I think that this is so important for a quarterback to have with his offensive coordinator, his play caller. I really do like this idea and that Shurmur's coming down from being up in the box to work with Shedeur. I think that's great. The use of sideline tablets is being allowed in college football this season for the first time, giving Shurmur more firsthand knowledge than he would have had in the past calling plays from field level. Yes, so he's going to be able to get that. You won't have to have somebody printing out 15 sheets of paper after every series, wasting a bunch of paper. He can get all the looks from the aerial view instantly on the tablet. And he said, I'm used to the tablets from the NFL that used to be pictures. This actually has tablets with video, so you can grade the players in real time. That's very cool. The tablets are very advantageous where you can see what has happened. It's good stuff. Shurmur said the Buffaloes will go into Thursday night's contest and subsequent games with a 15-play script to open. Oh my God, thank you. If we're talking about a pro-type atmosphere, preparing certain players on our squad for that NFL, right? That NFL level, you got to understand a script. You got to have that down to a T, no matter what position you're playing before going into that matchup on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever it's going to be. I really do love this approach. And again, I think it's going to give the Buffaloes the best opportunity to play their best football and make the most adjustments they can in game when you're playing from a script to open up. I think that This is something that's pretty standard, I feel like, with most offensive coordinators. Less common in college than it is well, more common in the NFL than it is in college football, which again we've seen other offensive coordinators such as Sean Lewis not run a script. But last year we kind of saw the disadvantages of that. Now I think we're moving in a direction that's going to serve this team better. We have some initial things we want to do because we feel they are good plays to move the ball, he said. But then there are things that also that within that first 15, you can see how a defense is going to respond to it. Maybe a corresponding play that you will want to call later. Yes, you can start to design play calls to then set up for another look that maybe in the second half could open up for a big play. So I absolutely love it. Excuse me. 1 second. Additional notes that Adam Munstertieger called out here: North Dakota State opening up as the number 2 team in the FCS preseason coaches poll. That's great. Yeah, the sum of the parts, they play really, really good defense. I know that their All-American safety is out for this game, but that doesn't mean that we should overlook them. This is a team where we should handle our business. We should assert our dominance in this game on Thursday. But how do you do that? You do not overlook them. You do not give them room to breathe. Again, this is the first time we're entering as a favorite since the Stanford game. It's a big and wonderful opportunity to show that we're a different team this year. We're a different staff. We understand what we need to do to take care of business and to finish a game strong. Also, despite a strong preseason camp from Dominique Ponder, walk-on, quarterback, transfer, Ryan Staub has held on to the backup position. So that is something to take note of. I haven't done a video on Dominique Ponder yet, but he has been somebody that has been getting a lot of great recognition this offseason, put in a lot of work. I want to say he transferred. I'm not even going to say. I can't remember where he transferred from, but he's got great size and good arm to be quarterback. So that is wonderful. I think that's all I really wanted to share aside from, let's share this. Cardell Thomas, seems as if Pat Shurmur's been really impressed with him. Again, he started last year for Florida A&M, 621 snaps, 6'6", 310 pounds, somebody that can play guard for us. He's not going to open up as a top 5 guy, a starter, but Pat Shurmur saying here that who knows what the future holds. But that doesn't mean it won't change in the future just because he's not starting this week. So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments on this article. Again, big shout out to Pat Shurmur, or not Pat Shurmur, Adam Munstertieger for putting this article out. I thought that this was very insightful, and I think a little bit of a surprise to me because I was kind of expecting that we would see a little bit more huddling, but maybe this is a little bit of playing the media a little bit. Maybe North Dakota State's going to expect one thing. Maybe we come out and do a little bit more huddle. I don't know. My hope is that at the very least we'll see a little bit of mix up or change of pace, huddle and no huddle, along with a mix up of sets. Not just running shotgun, but running some twin tight end sets, running under center, having Shedeur under center, having Shedeur in pistol. We saw a little bit of that last year, but I think that now we've had a full off season under Pat Shurmur. There's so much more opportunity to grow when it comes to this. So, of course, I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you feel good about hearing Pat Shurmur talk about the 15-play script, about talking about running a lot of no huddle? Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be hurry up. That's a different thing. You can still get in the right play, take your time audibling, checks, all of that. You're just not huddling. So don't get this confused with they're going to be run and gun. They're going to be getting up, snapping the ball every 15 seconds. It doesn't seem like that's been a strategy that we've been practicing this offseason, and I want to expect it right now for it to be something that we open up the season with. So thank you guys again so much. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. We're almost there, guys. We're almost to Thursday. Appreciate it. And as always, go Buffs.